Good morning and welcome to another lecture of Control System and PLC. So today we are going to start the PLC basics and PLC programming, the instructions which are used in PLC programming. Most probably we are using the ladder diagram for programming the PLC. So in PLC, the normally open contact, normally close contact, timers, counters, these are basic instructions which are used for programming PLC. So first of all, we'll see what is meant by ladder diagram. So let me share our screen. So as you can see here, when screen is shared, let me take one diagram. Suppose this type of connection is there, in which DC supply is connected here like this, and here one bulb is there. So I hope a clear diagram is visible to you. This is your DC supply. This is your lamp. This is the switch. Okay. So as you can see, a simple circuit is there. When you push the switch, that means when switch is closed, the lamp will turn on. When switch is open, lamp will turn on. Okay. So very simple type of circuit is there. How we can program this circuit? Means in terms of programming of ladder diagram, how we can do this? So it is very simple. Generally, ladder consists of two vertical rails like this. Okay. The left one is VCC and the right one is the ground. Like this. So this switch is there. We will call it as a S1. Okay. So here okay. So as you can see here, a horizontal line is connected between VCC and ground, and that horizontal line is nothing but your rung. It is called as a rung. So as you can see, this looks like a ladder. That's why this programming method is called as a ladder programming. So here, this is nothing but your switch S1. So you can write here S1, that is the switch, and this is your lamp. Okay, so this is your lamp. Okay, so this left rail, okay, like our railway track, these two horizontal vertical lines are there. So this is left rail and it is for VCC. This is ground rail and this stands for the ground left right rail. Okay, so when the connection is made between these two rails, the current starts flowing from VCC towards ground, and we can say that the current is through the lamp, so lamp is on. So this circuit is equivalently converted in the form of programming. Correct? So in this way, this simple circuit is converted in the form of PLC program. So when this switch is pressed, when the switch is pressed, lamp turns on. Similarly here, when the switch is pressed, when switch pressed, the connection is made like this when switch is pressed. As you can see, these two vertical lines are there of NO connection. This is NO, simply NO, normally open connection. Whatever connections are there in relay, the NO means the normally open and NC means the normally closed. So this NO becomes FC, functionally closed, correct? So NO is normally open, NC is normally closed. So N terms it becomes functionally closed, means current starts flowing through that switch. And when NC is there and when NC is pressed, so it becomes FO, that is functionally open. So NO switch is there. NO when pressed, it becomes FC. When NC is pressed, it becomes FO, functionally closed and functionally open. So this switch when pressed, it becomes like this, means connection made between the two vertical lines of switch, current flows towards lamp, lamp turns on, circuit gets completed and current goes to ground. So we know that when current flow, the path is established between VCC and ground, the current flows to the circuit. So this is a simple connection or the simple circuit. It is converted in the form of the programming method, and this is called as a ladder diagram. Again, ladder diagram, this is called as a left rail, it is VCC, it is the right rail, which is ground, and these horizontal lines which will be one below the other, that are called as the rungs, rung number 1, rung number 2, rung number 3, like that. Okay. Now we'll move on to the instructions. Okay. Now we'll study about the simple instructions of PLC. So it is very simple. First instruction that we are going to study is our normally open instruction. So this is the basic instruction, and this is as the normally open instruction. So what is normally open contact? This is normally open contact. Two terminals are there. This is terminal number 1. This is terminal number 2. So terminal 1 and 2 terminals are there. So as you can see, there is a gap between these two horizontal lines. Correct? Means when this NO contact is not changed, means when it is in normal condition, current will not flow from this point towards this point. Correct? So it is like our open switch. In our house, we have buttons. Correct? When button is open, means when it is not pressed, so current does not that button. Your fans, light, fridge, AC. Machine Okay. Wait a minute. There might be some internet. Now it is visible.
Yeah, it is now.
Okay. So this is left side of the NO connection. This is right side of the NO connection. Correct. So it is very simple that when you give logic 1 to this NO contact, when you give logic 1, that logic 1 is given to the NO contact, then it becomes FC, functionally closed. Then current flows from left to right. Listen carefully, left to right. And when binary 0, that is logic 0 is given to this NO contact, then current does not flow because it is open. So you can say when binary 1 is given, logic 1 is given, this virtual contact is created between two vertical plates. So current starts flowing from left to right. And when the 0 is given, then contact is normally open. Means when no voltage is given, the contact is normally open. Correct? So this is the case for NO connection. So when 1 is given, logic 1 is given, means your NO becomes FC. When 0 is given, then F remains NO. Okay. So next we see next connection, that is our normally close contact. Next instruction is normally close contact. So this is your normally close contact. Okay. So as you can see on the screen, that only difference is there. It has inbuilt shunting plate which connects to, that is left and right side. So when you are not giving any logic to NC, so it is normally closed. It is normally closed. Correct? So when supply of PLC is turned on, this normally closed contact is normally closed. So current flows from left to right. Okay. When certain condition occurs and when you do not want current from left right, then what will happen? This logic 1 is given to NC. So logically, this NC becomes NO when logic 1 is given to the NC. Okay. This is also used vastly in your PLC programming, that whenever some condition occurs and you have to cut off the supply of any device, output device, then generally NC is used. NO is used where you have to, on certain condition, if you have to turn on something, then NO is used. And whenever on certain condition, you have to turn off some device, turn off some, NC is used. Means normally when anything is not happening and you have to keep device on, then you will use NC because normally it is closed. So current flows from left to right, correct? And when the NC connection, you have to, on some condition, you have to turn off the device. So when logic zero is given, the NC is normally closed. So current flows through that device is on. And when logic 1 is given, then the device turns off because it becomes functionally open. So this is your normally close contact. So when logic 1 is given, the switch becomes open, contact becomes open, it becomes FO, and when 0 is given, it becomes close again. So it is NC. So normally it is closed. When you give logic 1, it becomes open. So it is NC contact. Now, next you will see next type of instruction is this. This is called as the output coil. So any output can be represented by this. Okay, whether it is a bulb, whether it is a fan, it is motor, whether it is a LED, whatever output device, it is denoted by this two close brackets, that is the coil. Okay, so this is the output instruction of the ladder diagram, which indicates the output device. This output coil will get energized if the run condition becomes true. Means whatever example we have seen previously, when that switch was pressed, the coil gets energized and coil turns on. Now that means whatever device is connected instead of that output coil, that output device turns on. So this is the output coil. So this is the third instruction, output coil. Okay. The reset. Another instruction is reset. So what is the difference between this reset and output coil? This is the important question. This output coil looks similar to your reset, correct? But only difference is in this bracket, the function reset is written. Now, what is the difference between output coil and reset? So output coil is a kind of output. The current flows till that point only, it remains on, like your bulb, correct? Means when you give, say suppose when you turn on the button, fan turns on, it rotates, but it rotates till you are giving the supply, correct? When you will turn off the button, the fan turns off. But reset is a kind of output. When you give logic 1 to it, it permanently turns off. It resets, means it goes back to its normal position. Though you have changed the input. म्हणजे तुम्ही जर त्याला लॉजिक 1 दिलं, तुमचं आउटपुट डिव्हाइस रिसेट झालं आणि तुम्ही लॉजिक 1 चं 0 जरी केलं नंतर, तरी पण तो आउटपुट डिव्हाइस हा रिसेटच असणार, त्याच्या बॅक टू नॉर्मल पोझिशनलाच येणार. तेच आउटपुट कॉइलचा जर विचार केला तर आउटपुट कॉइल मध्ये काय होतं, तुम्ही जर सुरुवातीला लॉजिक 1 दिलं, आउटपुट ऑन होणार, मोटर असेल, फॅन असेल, बल्ब असेल, आणि लॉजिक 1 चं 0 केलं की आउटपुट परत ऑफ होणार. मीन्स जेवढ्या वेळपर्यंत तुम्ही त्याला लॉजिक देणार तेवढ्या वेळपर्यंतच तो आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस करणार. पण रिसेट इज अ काइंड ऑफ आउटपुट. व्हेन यू गिव्ह लॉजिक 1 टू इट, द डिव्हाइस, जसं आपल्या कम्प्युटरला रिसेट बटन असतं, एकदा ते प्रेस करून सोडून जरी दिलं तरी ते कम्प्युटर पूर्णपणे रिसेट होतं. So that is your reset coil. So this is your reset coil. The difference between these two coil, that is output coil and reset coil, is that output coil is energized till you give the supply to it, and reset coil, once you give supply, it permanently get reset. Okay, and then again तुम्ही जर त्याला नंतर परत चेंज केलं तर तुम्हाला चेंज करता येईल by giving another type of contact. You see another type of contact. Like reset, we have set. So again, this is the third type of contact. See, this is set. Now this is third coil. Output coil, what it does, when you give logic 1, it turns off. When logic 1 is removed, it will turn off. Set and reset, these two are nothing but the latches. We have already studied in flip-flops what is meant by latch. Once you give the logic 1, it will set or it will reset. You remove logic, still it remains as it is. That is the main difference between your coil and this set reset coil. Output coil and set reset coil. So this is the difference between output coil and set reset coil. So whenever you have to permanently activate by giving logic 1 is removed, still it will remain set or it will remain reset permanently. Okay, till you again reset it or set it. So these total 5 basic instructions are there. Now I will move on to the timer instruction. Now you already know what is meant by timer. In microcontroller also you have studied what is meant by timer. Timer is nothing but the whenever you have to produce some delay. It is produced by using timer. It is similar to your watch. Means some activities to be performed before performing that activity. If you have to produce some delay, some waiting period, then timers are used. So in microcontroller there are only two timers, timer 0 and timer 1. But in your PLC there are almost, in a basic PLC there are almost 256 timers are there. Okay, again on the type of timer, the means depending upon the output you are going to use, there are two types of timer. One is called as the on delay timer and second is called as the off delay timer. So on delay timer means if you have to uh, suppose turn on any bulb, before turning on bulb, if you have to produce some delay, then when that type of timer is used, that timers are called as the on timer, on delay timer, because before turning on something you have to produce delay. Hence this is the on delay timer. And off delay timer means suppose your motor is on, and after suppose 10 seconds you have to turn it off. So before turning it off, you have to give some delay. So that delay is generated using off delay timer. So in PLC there are two types of delay. One is called as the on timer delay and second is called as the off timer delay. To turn on something and if you have to produce some waiting period, then it is a on delay timer. And if you have to turn off something and then you have to produce some delay before turning off, then it is called as the off delay timer. Again, there are sub classification is also there, the retentive timers and non-retentive timers. So it is similar to your memory, volatile memory and non-volatile memory. Volatile memory means what? When suppose you have to, when power supply is removed, all the memory is erased. That is called volatile memory. And when power is cut off, and when power is again suppose recovered, still your memory is as it is. That is non-volatile memory. So similarly, the retentive and non-retentive, these two timers are there. Retentive means what? When suppose the timer is on, it is counting time. Suppose you have to produce 1 minute delay before turning on some light. You have started the timer. It is calculated suppose 10 seconds. Out of 60 seconds, it has calculated 10 seconds and suddenly power cuts off. Correct? Suddenly power cuts off. So actually 50 seconds was remaining. So when again power is recovered, it will start from 11th second. Means whatever previous seconds it has calculated, that value remains as it is. So that is your retentive timer. Means value is retained. The value is retained. So retentive means it retains some data, whatever stored previous to it. And next is non-retentive timer. Means suppose previously the 10 seconds were lapsed out of 60. And after power failure, when again power is recovered, it will start from 0 again. So it is not retaining the value of your accumulator. Whatever accumulator value is there, it is not retained. So generally timer you can consider it as a output kind of device, because when certain run condition becomes true, means when your NO or NC becomes active, then timer starts. Timer does not start directly, that power supply is on, then timer will start. You have to activate some input switch, then after turning on that switch, the timer starts. When timer calculates the time, two timers are there, retentive, non-retentive. Retentive means when power failure is recovered, whatever value previous it has counted, from that value it starts again. Means 10 seconds were lapsed, power failure takes place, power is recovered, again it will start from 11 seconds. And in non-retentive, it will again restart from the zero value. Okay, so that is your non-retentive timer. But basically, two timers are there only: on delay timer, off delay timer, and sub classification is there. That is retentive on delay timer, non-retentive on delay timer, retentive off delay timer, and non-retentive off delay timer. So two types of timers are there. So this is the timer. How this timer generally used in your PLC? One single instruction will see. So this is our ground and AC. So as you can see, this timer is there. This timer is there. This is the switch, NO contact. When this contact is supposed pressed, when you press the button, this contact becomes an FC. It functionally gets closed. So this is your on timer. So these are three outputs. That is enable, then done. Three outputs are there, and then it is TT. Okay, so three outputs are there. So on timer is there. See here, in yesterday's lecture, we have seen that how to give addressing to any input-output timer counter. So this is timer. So it is written as C capital T. And timer file is 4. So it is T4:0. So here we are using timer number 0. If you have to use timer number 5, so instead of this 0, you can put here 5. So you'll use timer number 5. Then this time base value, okay, 1 second, and this preset 60 and accumulator as 0. So 60-second timer is there, which will increment by 1 second. If you write here as 0.1 second, this timer will increment by 0.1 second every time, and this accumulator will indicate the present value. So this is your on delay timer. So this is it.